Yvonne Warner, a 26-year-old office worker, is caught in the whirlwind of her own inner conflict. Raised by a fiercely protective father after the passing of her mother, Yvonne has always been close to him. Their bond is one of mutual reliance. Her father, a man of few words, has done everything to provide for her and shield her from life's harsh realities. Now, as she prepares to introduce Tom, her boyfriend of 2 years, to her father for the first time, she's filled with excitement. Yet beneath this anticipation lurks an unease. Yvonne's father has always been an intimidating figure, and the tension of their first meeting looms large. As the engagement plans move forward, something unexpected happens. In a moment of uncharacteristic aggression, Yvonne's father drops a bombshell. He threatens to destroy someone's life, leaving Yvonne reeling and setting the stage for an explosive family conflict. Yvonne's childhood was marked by loss and resilience. After her mother's untimely death when Yvonne was just a teenager, her father, a factory worker, became both parent and provider. Life was never easy, but Yvonne always felt the strength of her father's love and protection. She admired him for his unwavering commitment, even if it meant he had to sacrifice his own dreams for her well-being. Over the years, Yvonne's sense of security and affection for her father grew, and she became his closest confidant. As Yvonne grew older, she met Tom, a man whose warmth and charm made her feel understood in ways no one else could. They shared an easygoing connection, and their relationship quickly deepened. Tom was different from anyone Yvonne had ever known: outgoing, spontaneous, and full of life. Now, after dating for 2 years, Yvonne is eager to introduce Tom to the one person who means the most to her. Yvonne knows Tom well enough to see that something is off, but she can't understand why he's being so closed off. The unease that's been simmering since their meeting with her father begins to fester, and Yvonne finds herself caught in a web of uncertainty. What could be troubling Tom so much? And why won't he let her in? As the tension between them mounts, Yvonne's worry escalates, setting the stage for the storm that is about to come. Yvonne's heart races as she receives Tom's call, asking her to meet him for a serious conversation. Her anxiety swells, sensing that this isn't just another casual talk. When she arrives, Tom's face is a mix of vulnerability and apprehension. He's never looked this shaken before. The tension between them hangs heavy as they sit down together, and Tom's voice is shaky as he begins to open up. With a deep breath, Tom starts to explain his troubled past. He talks about his parents, revealing the deep-seated issues that have shaped his life. His parents have always been emotionally distant, overly critical, and snobbish, treating people, including their son, with cold indifference. Tom explains that their behavior has destroyed his past relationships, leaving him isolated and scarred. "They don't understand me," he confesses, his eyes filled with a mixture of frustration and sadness. As Tom speaks, his vulnerability becomes more apparent. He tells Yvonne that his parents' disdainful attitudes have driven him to doubt himself, and he fears their influence could ruin his relationship with Yvonne, too. Before she can fully respond, Tom confesses his lingering concern about his parents' opposition. "I want this, Yvonne," he says, "but I can't ask you to marry me without handling my parents first. They're not going to accept us." Yvonne, understanding the gravity of the situation, agrees to marry him on one condition: that Tom takes the lead in confronting his parents and dealing with their prejudices. Yvonne's father, despite his own reservations, agrees to meet Tom's parents, thinking that the confrontation might clear the air. When the two families meet, the tension is palpable from the start. Tom's parents, already dismissive of Yvonne's background, immediately show their disrespect. His mother's sharp, condescending remarks cut through the air, attacking Yvonne's father's working-class status. Yvonne's father, no stranger to confrontation, responds with quiet dignity at first, but as the insults mount, his anger flares. The scene quickly escalates, with Yvonne's father standing up and demanding respect. Tom's mother, seething with contempt, refuses to back down. Yvonne is caught in the middle, torn between the love of her life and her protective instincts for her father. The confrontation reaches a boiling point, and it becomes clear that this is only the beginning of a deeper conflict that could threaten everything Yvonne holds dear. The drama of the evening leaves everyone on edge. Yvonne's heart aches as she listens to Tom's desperate words. She knows he's sincere, but she also feels guilty for pushing him into this difficult situation. She apologizes to him, admitting that she didn't realize how deeply the tension would affect their relationship. But even as the apology hangs in the air, Yvonne realizes that their relationship is now at a crossroads. The path forward isn't clear, and she wonders whether Tom's commitment is enough to undo the damage caused by the clash between their families. Yvonne's father, his expression hardening, leans back in his chair, revealing the full extent of his plans. He's no longer just reacting out of anger. He's made a calculated decision, and Yvonne can feel the weight of his words as he explains. "I have the power to destroy their business," he says, his voice colder than ever. "I've worked in this industry long enough, and I know exactly how to bring them down." The words hit Yvonne like a slap, and she finds herself frozen, unable to fully process what she's hearing. Her father's decision isn't one made in the heat of the moment. It's deliberate, and it's something he feels he has the right to do after the insults and disrespect he's endured. His tone is resolute, and Yvonne knows he's not backing down. Caught between her love for Tom and her loyalty to her father, Yvonne feels a deep, gnawing conflict. As Tom addresses the employees, his honesty begins to resonate with them. They've long been unhappy with the way the company has been run, but their loyalty to Tom and his family had kept them in line. Now, seeing Tom take responsibility and offer a way forward, the employees begin to soften. Tom's promise to ensure their future employment with fair treatment and a sustainable plan shifts the narrative from blame to resolution. Tom proves, through his actions, that he's not just a passive bystander in his family's downfall, he's actively working to rebuild the future. The tension eases slightly as the employees rally behind him, and Tom finally feels a sense of control over the chaos his family has caused. Despite the chaotic events and emotional turmoil, Yvonne and Tom's relationship is pushed to its breaking point. After the confrontation with Tom's parents, the weight of everything they've gone through settles heavily on Yvonne's heart. Her father, having witnessed Tom's sincere efforts to make amends and take responsibility, is finally persuaded. Although still wary, he agrees to allow Yvonne and Tom's engagement to continue, but with strict conditions. Yvonne's father insists that Tom must prove his commitment to her and the family, emphasizing that he must keep his promises and show his loyalty. Yvonne, though relieved that her father has come to some form of acceptance, feels the emotional toll of everything that has transpired. The journey has not been easy, and her heart is torn between her love for Tom and the loyalty she feels toward her father. The events have forced her to confront the complexities of love, family loyalty, and the difficult choices that come with them. As much as she wants to move forward with Tom, she now understands the high price of love. Sacrifices must be made, and trust, once broken, is not easily rebuilt. With her father's conditions in place, Yvonne realizes that the road ahead will be difficult. But her love for Tom has not wavered, and she is ready to fight for their future, even if it means facing more challenges. The relationship stands on fragile ground, but there is hope for healing and growth. The story concludes with Yvonne and Tom taking the first steps toward rebuilding their relationship. Despite the turbulent events, they are determined to move forward together. Their bond has been tested, but they've emerged stronger, having faced their family's demons head-on. Yvonne, once torn between her loyalty to her father and her love for Tom, now understands the importance of standing up for what is right, even when it's not easy. Yvonne reflects on the lessons she's learned throughout the ordeal: the value of honesty, the strength of love,